is the heart of salsa. Why? Because it tells dancers where the first beat of the music is, okay? It climbs up the mountain on 3 and 4. Dun, dun, or bum, bum. And then on 7 and 8, it goes bum, bum. So you listen for that lift in tone, bum, bum. And on 7 and 8, bum, bum. So in between that are 1, 2, 3, 4, bum, bum, 5, 6, bum, bum, 7, 8. And on the 4, if you listen, you'll hear the conga slap, kong, kong, 1. I call it papa. So papa 1, 2, 3, papa 5, 6, 7. But you won't know where the 1 and the 5 is until you hear the bass violin, okay? There's also other instruments that you can listen for as well, like the beginning of the piano. Let's see, the beginning of the piano and the bass violin. Is there any other instruments? Really, that's pretty much it. So that's why they say that the bass violin is the heart of salsa. Here's the sample. The conga and the bass violin. Actually, I could know where the first beat of the music is if I only have the bass violin. I don't even need the conga. If I just listen to the conga, by the way, this is salsabeatmachine.org that I'm using. Uri, my friend Uri from Israel, he created this. He's amazing. I contribute a few $100s every year to his cause. Anyway, check this out. Without the conga, and if I only hear the bass violin, I will still know where the one is. Because ba ba is the kung kung, ba, that's the 4, ba ba, that is the kung kung from the conga, which is the 8. So even without the conga, I know where the first beat of the music is based on the bass violin. Watch. So we have a measure of music. 2 measures equals a bar for dancers. Some musicians will say that a bar is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is fine. But if you add in the clave and you add in the bass violin Latin and start going Latin on them, then they say, okay, a bar is actually 2 measures because the clave takes up 2 measures in order to complete its 5-note characteristic, okay? Also, the bass violin goes up the mountain on the first measure and it comes down the mountain on the second measure. So that really defines a Latin song, okay? So you have 2 measures that equal a bar of music for dancers. For a musician, a bar is only 1 measure, okay? Just get that straight. Now, normally, I would say 90% of the time, 4 bars equals a phrase. I call it a paragraph because when I'm teaching, I call the bars sentences, and then phrases paragraphs, and then paragraphs chapters. So because salsa tells a story. And so normally 90% of the time 4 bars will equal a paragraph, and 4 paragraphs will equal a chapter. And this is how you start to feel where the first beat happens, is if you listen to that first sentence, okay? So in every salsa song, there's normally an introduction, and then the story, the drama, and then a conclusion. Well, in this instance right here, what I'm showing you is how to count music using musical notes. So this little thing right here tells you 4, 4, etc. This tells you that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all it says. These lines across here are called a staff, a musical staff, okay? And here, these lines here are measures, all right? So we have measures separating 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like here, all right? So this is simply a musical staff. And here in this staff, we were describing what the clave is. The red as a 2-3 clave, the purple as the 3-2 clave. And then here we were describing what the campana is, which is the cowbell, which happens on 1, 3, 5, and 7 normally. You might hear little tiny cowbells in between, but usually the hardest hit, you'll hear 1, 3, 5, 7 in a bar, which is 8 counts. And then here we were discussing the heart of salsa, which is the bass violin, that can really be standalone. In other words, it doesn't need a clave, it doesn't need congas, it doesn't need anything else. Boom, 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 boom. And there are a few songs that actually just start with a bass violin, and you can actually start dancing because you know that 2 beats are before bum bum, and then 2 beats are before bum bum. And that's where you truly find the first beat of the music. This is Edie, Salsa Freak, signing out.